Hi guys, I'm Tim Jackson, Head Coach and owner of Strength Training Systems. Today I'm just going to walk you through a dynamic flow that we would use for footballers, particularly addressing tight hip flexors, opening up the hips, making sure that they're going to function at their best. So first things first, I normally like to activate the glutes, particularly the glute medius as well. So what I'll do is grab one of the bands, pop it around just above my knees, and all you're going to do, drop the hips a little bit, and then go 10 wide steps, as wide as you can on the way back. You can also change it up by doing some crab walks as well. Basically, you just want to make sure the glute medius is burning. Once that's done, I like to do 12 squats. I'll get a little bit more of the glute maximus involved. Take them off. So now that they're firing up a little bit, also just activate your core as well. So I like to do some dead bugs, just working the transverse abdominis as well. So hands above the head or above the shoulders, legs 90 degrees, extend opposites, bring back to the centre, and then the other side. I like to do about 20 of these, making sure it's nice and controlled. Next one, a little bit more of, I guess, a dynamic stretch. So I don't like to do any static stretching prior to training or games, but a big advocate of doing a long static stretching after games and after training, particularly if you're overly tight in certain areas. So first one, we'll go to Spider-Mans. So it's a long stride out, so like a big lunge, both hands on the inside of the front foot, open up the hips, back knee almost touching the ground. So you should feel a stretch through your hip flexor, adductor, pull back on the front leg, so hamstring stretch, back down, hand next to your foot, sweep over, look at your hand, get a good stretch through your back and your glute. And then the other side, so same thing. Another one that we'll do, so hip circles. Basically, what you're going to do is be on your all fours, extend all the way out, in, down. So you're just trying to create a circle with your knee, and you want to keep your back as flat as you possibly can. Try not to open up too much like that. You want to keep everything still and just extend from the hips. Another one that we could use after the games, after training, particularly tight hip flexors, striking the ball all the time. We tend to have overly tight, wound up hip flexors. To release them, a nice easy one, it's an intense one, but a nice easy stretch is to raise your back foot onto a box or a bench. So you have a half kneeling position, should feel a good stretch through your hip flexor. You can make it deeper by lifting the same leg that's being stretched, overhead, extending back. Okay, leaning back. And you want to actually hold it for as long as you can, maybe a minute, not less than 30 seconds. Less than 30 seconds isn't going to be enough to actually elongate the muscle. It's going to make you maybe feel better before a game, hold it for a short period of time, hence why we do a dynamic sort of stretch. But to actually make it longer and help it for long-term athletic performance, after games, after training, after a shower, hold it for a long time, maybe a minute, even more, and then other side. Alright, so the reason why we would do those things is, as I said, open up the hips, make the function around the hips, the muscles around the hips work better. And the other thing is, activating your glutes and your core is going to make you have a higher power output in the game. So rather than just having your quads take all the work, you actually want your hamstrings and your glutes to take on a lot of the load as well. So when we sprint, you want to get triple extension, your hamstrings, glutes, they're actually your power muscles. So if we're just pushing with our quads all the time, then they're actually more slow twitch. These are more fast twitch fibers. Okay? And so that's it. Thank you very much.